Welcome to another weekly installment of Turnpike Sports. I am Dave Weishuttle, joined as always by producer and co-host Doug Weishuttle. Hey, Doug, how you doing?
I'm tired after this week.
Wow,
this has been a crazy week with everything.
First
First of all, congratulations, Washington Capitals' first ever Stanley Cup.
And ending the best sports story of the year. No Golden Knights Stanley Cup.
No, that kind of ended kind of badly for the Knights.
Yeah.
Fleury seemed to have a bad series at the wrong time.
Yeah, I know. It was. I guess they were the favorites going in, but Ovechkin and the other guys on Washington were just absolutely amazing and just really dominant, I think.
But you know what? Congratulations. It's well-deserved. That they were probably one of the best, if not the best teams all year, the Washington Capitals. And, besides, the Stanley Cup, the NBA Finals is kind of disappointing now. We may see the end of it tonight.
It's grueling.
And, now you also have the Patriots are back in the news with Edelman's potential suspension. That's going to be interesting to see the ramifications, not only if it gets upheld, but also what happens with Guerrero, TB12, all that stuff.
That's for those who don't know, TB12 is it a training regimen or a training and nutrition
TB12 is the
corporation or something I don't even know what you call it.
TB12 is the corporation and the brand that Guerrero and Tom Brady assigned to the way Tom Brady started training himself to continue his.
They're trainers and nutritionists, and I guess they really try and do a holistic approach and a lot of massages, a lot of stretching and things like that, but and Edelman was a client of theirs, so it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out.
It'll be interesting to see if Belichick takes advantage of this because he didn't want Guerrero in the Patriots sidelines in the training room, all that stuff to begin with, and this has been a point of contention between Belichick and Brady.
Lately, I guess he took Guerrero off the plane. He couldn't travel with the team. He wasn't allowed on the sidelines.
Exactly.
So interesting. Well. It's been a busy week in sports, so let's take a ride on the Turnpike.
Exit 1.
We're going to start off with probably the biggest story in the country for that last week here, the implementation of sports betting in New Jersey. Now, Delaware beat them to the punch.
Absolutely. Hey, congratulations to Delaware. I think what was the first bet was from the Governor Carney, who put $10 on the Phillies, and guess what? He won.
He doubled his money. He put $10, he won 20.
Look at
that. Delaware's first day. Delaware launched it Tuesday, and they put it in Delaware Park, Dover Downs, and Harrington Raceway.
Where's the place that I was at one of them for a NASCAR event? Was it Delaware Park or Dover Downs?
Dover Downs.
Dover Downs, okay.
There's no racetrack at Delaware Park, other than it's a horse track.
I don't know too much about Delaware, so
their first day tally was pretty good, 322,000.
But you know what? And it's not a big state, and it started on a Tuesday, so that's a pretty good.
Nothing was going on, really.
Pretty good figure for a Tuesday.
But we'll see what happens. And now you have New Jersey. They had all their voting yesterday. They had a 37-0. Vote in the Senate to pass the bill, 73-0 vote in the Assembly to pass
not
the
one
version of bill.
Person voted against this bill.
But now it's in the hands of Governor Murphy, which
I
think it's very interesting with this political maneuvering here. I think this is all political. Number one, the version of the bill that got passed not only had a carve-out for Golden Nugget, because Fertitta, who owns Golden Nugget, also owns the Rockets. They can't do NBA betting.
Which is smart. Which is
that's fine. That's not a problem. I don't think Golden Nugget has a problem with that either. But the second amendment that was passed in the Assembly, the New Jersey Assembly, took away a clause that said no one could start without the governor signing. So they had.
So technically, everyone can start taking bets even without the governor's signature.
Right, and
according to the bills that were passed.
Personally, I think that might have ticked off the governor a little bit, because now you just called him irrelevant.
Well, and also, for those who don't know, in New Jersey, there's a big budget fight. And everyone's a little worried about if the governor will hold this hostage to get what he wants in the budget negotiations, but I don't think that's going to be the case. But
well, supposedly right now, sources are saying that he's not going to sign until next week. So he may be waiting to see what he can get from this. And this may be the height of his political power in office right now.
And look, this is a big week for especially Monmouth Park, which is in the New York City area. Look, you got the Belmont Stakes with the Triple Crown winner, possibly. You have, it's a Subway Series, Yankees, Mets. You have the fourth and probably final game of the NBA Finals, and this was going to be a big weekend.
The New Jersey Racing Commission sent a letter to all the racetracks, Monmouth, Freehold, and Meadowlands, saying you don't do anything until the governor signs it. So, really, the governor is holding everything, all the cards here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully he signs it right away.
Well, we'll see.
Exit 2.
Now, this was the most bizarre story that we've been following here. You want to call it Twittergate, you want to call it whatever you want, but it's the end of the
Colangelo Gate.
Gate. It's the end of the Sixers Colangelo saga here. Now, following this along here, there was a whole bunch of Twitter burner accounts. We talked about this on the last show, too. So I'm not going to go too much into the background here, but the burner accounts were supposedly trashing current players, former front office people, disclosing medical information, basically
confidential privileged information that was being sent out on Twitter. And
what happened was it was traced back to potentially at the beginning of this, people thought it was Colangelo. Now, that's still up for grabs there. A lot of people still don't believe what happened here was the wife took the blame.
Barbara Bottini, her name is.
Yeah, she took the blame for it, and at the end of all this,
not only did she take the blame for it, she admitted that she was the one doing this, but apparently, and I don't know how this is done. I don't even know. I'm lucky I can get phone messages on my phone, but apparently she reset her phone to the factory.
She did the factory reset.
Yeah, factory reset before she handed in to the investigators.
The problem is any good IT person can see the reset.
Okay, well,
and the Twitter. She may have thought that once she got rid of the phone, she reset the phone, the Twitter stuff went away. That's not the case.
Well, yeah.
So, but she took the blame. I still think that was part of the deal where she took the blame to save Bryan Colangelo a little face. He accepted it. He informed the Sixers he's resigning, walked away from it.
I have a huge problem about him not knowing. First off,
he knew.
The Ringer author called the Sixers office, and within 15, 20 minutes, those were taken down. So someone told someone. So it was plus the information that was out there is a little too in depth inside, and you can't get that without talking to someone.
He might have been careless in talking to her, but again, he also I honestly think this was all just part of some kind of settlement kind of thing where no one was suing anybody, no one did anything like that. He probably got a chunk of change coming from the Sixers to walk away from this. His father is embarrassed like crazy, and
that's an interesting aspect of the story. There was a report that Jerry Colangelo, who is the very powerful father of Bryan Colangelo, who's also a consultant with the Sixers,
and still is,
apparently to the end of the year. I think what I heard. That he threatened the Sixers he allegedly threatened the Sixers to badmouth them to the rest of the league if they treated his son incorrectly. So,
I think his son was treated just fine.
Yeah, I think so.
He's not going to work in the NBA ever. Maybe for a long, long time. But he's going to find work in the overseas basketball leagues. So.
I would love to be a fly on the wall during that Thanksgiving dinner with Jerry, his wife, and Bryan. Oh my God! Oh my God!
It'll be fun to watch how all this turns out. But again, the guy who made out in this was Brett Brown. He got a 3-year extension as the coach, and then all of a sudden he's now the interim head of basketball operations for the Sixers. And they've got the camp coming up. They've got the draft coming up. It was the wrong time for this to happen.
Extremely important offseason for the Sixers, and they did not need this at this time.
No, what? No one needs this at any time to have a person in this position in terms of front office releasing this information, whether it was him, whether it was a loved one, whatever it was, agent or whatever. It all goes back to trust and privacy issues, and at times there's legal issues here too.
Sure, absolutely.
Exit 3.
All right, we're going to shift gears a little bit and go to the business side of things. Discovery Network, the owner of Animal Planet and the Discovery Channel, has just purchased the rights to stream and broadcast PGA Tour events.
Interesting.
Internationally. $2 billion over the next 10 years. Now,
why didn't they just buy the PGA channel? Isn't there a PGA channel?
It's owned by...
Or the Golf Channel.
It's owned by NBC.
Okay, all right.
So, but what they're doing is they're going to create a almost like a streaming network for the golf stuff, which is what everyone's doing anyway with all this stuff. But
will it be on Discovery Channel, or will they create a new channel for it? Because it really doesn't seem to fit in with the Animal Planet or the Discovery Channel kind of.
It's a digital
series of shows.
No, it's a digital channel. It's going to be streaming PGA's 150 tournaments. They're also going to have a whole bunch of lessons, other highlights, golf history stuff on the site. So it's actually going to be a really interesting site that they're creating for the PGA Tour. I just think it's an odd pairing, but it might actually work out pretty good.
Is this going to be like an interactive thing where you would, like, you said they were going to do instructions? Is it, you go on your computer to the streaming channel and just click it on and get an instruction on how to putt? I have no idea if it's going to be that interactive, but they are going to be creating lessons online. It's going to be an entire digital thing. And one other thing, I just found this out this morning. Amazon, just to go along with the digital streaming rights here and all this stuff, Amazon just purchased a package of 20 Premier League matches to stream. Really? Wow, that's great.
So they're going to be getting into the soccer thing. They're going to have basically the international streaming rights forced for some Premier League matches. I mean, Premier League packages everything differently than what sports in the United States do. They don't do a full year of packaging. They actually just do a certain number of events. So, Premier League. The fact
that they also have, you can see soccer in the morning, a live sporting event in the morning, because it's usually overseas and it's great.
Well, it's not going to affect their other stuff. I mean, they've already got their deals with Sky Sports. They've got BT Sports, which is another one. That's beIN Television.
Okay.
They've got 52 on beIN. They've got 112 on Sky. Now they're going to have 20 on Amazon. And the Premier League, off all their TV rights deals, $5 billion in revenue over the next 3 years, just from those 3 sets of TV rights.
Wow!
So they're making a boatload of money, and it's it's spread out. The only disadvantage is something like that. I think you got to buy different packages just to watch this stuff now.
Yeah, I guess it's going to be split up like that. I guess these are digital channels, which means you have to purchase these things.
Yeah.
Okay, and by subscription and things like that. Okay, well.
Yeah, it'll be Amazon Prime probably doing that stuff, and beIN. You have to buy the channel. It's part of the Dish Network. You got to have Dish Network to do it, and certain packages don't have beIN.
My basic cable has the beIN network, but I'm not sure if that's the same thing as a beIN Premier kind of.
Well, no, they have a special channel for the soccer stuff. So
right.
and you have to purchase a subscription to get that channel too.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, that's a totally different thing.
Exit 4.
Now we're going to go to a topic that I think a lot of people are sick and tired of talking about.
So we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. The Eagles got disinvited to the White House, and somehow this got twisted into it's all because of the national anthem and standing and kneeling and all that other stuff.
Which, by the way, the Eagles never knelt down in the regular season ever. I think a lot of people stood with their fist in the air and their hands around the shoulders of other teammates.
Well, that's Fox's fault for even implying that the Eagles knelt throughout the year.
Well, Fox News gave the Eagles an apology, which I'm shocked about, and it's good for Fox once in a while. But, they were showing them praying. They were implying that they were kneeling during the anthem.
Well, the reason I brought this up as our last exit for the day here, not because of the kneeling, not because of what Trump did, all that stuff. Everyone's discussed that ad nauseum. You're an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
Is it important for you, for your team to go to the White House? Does it really matter to you?
No, not really. I honestly, a couple of days before I forgot, I know they were supposed to go to the White House, but I didn't know what day. I wasn't following it too closely. And look, like I said, I'm an Eagles fan. I see the Philadelphia media. No Eagle fan is upset. No one feels that they were let down by the team. And you know what? You won the Super Bowl, so that's good enough for me.
Well,
and by the way, this thing about teams going to the White House, if they want to go, they should go. If they don't want to go, don't have to go. It could be 2 players there. It could be 20 players there. I don't care. If they don't want to go, don't go.
Well, I don't know how I would feel because I'm a Jet fan, and the only way my Jets are going to the White House is on one of the tours.
Yeah, right.
So it's a lot of fans are up in arms about it. I don't really care. I don't even think the White House should be involved in.
I haven't heard any
stuff.
Eagles fans up in arms about it. I mean, maybe fans of the NFL in general.
And it's also a lot of the people that are the kneeling advocates versus
like I said,
the
Eagles didn't kneel, so I don't know. They're not mad at the Eagles.
It's just gotten to a point where it's a mess now, and the topic got shifted from the Eagles not sending everybody to. They were sending Swoop.
Yeah, they're sending Swoop. All right. Swoop, by the way, is the mascot. So, but, it's interesting. We're coming up on the end of the NBA Finals. It'd be curious to see. I think everyone already said they're not going to the White House, so we'll see how that one plays out, too.
Yeah, LeBron seemed to designate himself as the spokesperson, and he said no matter who wins, it doesn't look like anybody's going to go to the White House. I know the Warriors didn't go last year. They got disinvited or something last year, too, or something. So we'll see if anyone really goes. I want to see if the Washington Capitals, the team of the nation's capital, goes to the White House.
Well, who are their 2 best players? They're Russian.
They're Russian. They're Russian. So, it's one of those things. I want to see if they go.
Yeah.
So we'll see. All right, that's the Turnpike ride for this week. Contact the show. Call or text us at 609-512-6510, 609-512-6510. Hit us up on Facebook or Twitter at Turnpike Sports. Email us at info@turnpikesportsradio.com. Don't forget to order your International Bikini Team calendars. Email them at info@internationalbikini-team.org to find out how to get your version of the calendar. And don't forget, you can listen to Turnpike Sports on iTunes, iHeartMedia, Stitcher Radio, and even YouTube. So hopefully we hear from you guys, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports. Now, you've been hearing me talk about MyPillow and their different promotions, like the 4-pack special and the MyPillow mattress. Well, the folks at MyPillow now have a new special offer for all of you. It's called the MyPillow 2-pack special. Head over to MyPillow.com and click on the 2-pack special link right on the homepage. You can't miss it. And here's the offer. Use our promo code CARDS, CARDS, and you'll be able to get 2 MyPillow premium pillows for one low price plus free shipping. You can choose from standard, queen, and even king-size pillows. Same 10-year warranty, same 60-day money-back guarantee, and they're all made here in the USA. That's the MyPillow 2-pack premium pillow special. 2 pillows, one low price when you use our promo code CARDS at checkout. You'll also get free shipping on your order. That's MyPillow.com or call 800-319-7913 to order by phone and use our promo code CARDS. CARDS. Better sleep starts with MyPillow.
Free stuff is awesome, but free stuff that will spice up your bedroom is even better. Just go to adamandeve.com and select almost any one item for 50% off, and then we'll load on the free stuff. Just enter this very exclusive code, BABE16 at checkout, and you'll get 10 tantalizing free gifts, including a sexy item for him, a special toy for her, and a third item you'll both enjoy. And for your viewing pleasure, 6 free spicy movies on DVD. Plus, free shipping! Always sent in discreet packaging. So go to adamandeve.com now. Get 50% off plus 10 free gifts when you enter the exclusive offer code BABE16. Again, that's BABE16. Because without it, no free stuff. That's BABE16 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. You know, before we get into the Turnpike Sports Police blotter, I was talking to Doug, you're back. Good. I was talking. You were saying, boy, there's a lot of arrests this week. Is there something with the time of the year? I mean, I know it's graduation time. It's the start of the summer. Like, are people having too good of a time, or what's going on with these arrests?
I'm just thinking these guys don't have enough to do in the off season.
Boy, yeah.
But it's one of those things where I think over the last week and a half, I've gotten notices of about maybe 8 to 10 different arrests and different levels of everything.
Wow.
That's in addition to what I had prepared to talk about today.
Okay.
So,
I mean, they're coming fast and furious. So, well, let's get to it. And as always, the Turnpike Sports Police blotter is brought to you by Bean Genius. Over 2,000 specialty blends of coffee available at your fingertips at beangenius.com. Have some of the best coffee in the country delivered right to your door each month when you subscribe to Bean Genius. And now get 10% off of your subscription when you sign up at beangenius.com using our promo code PIKE at checkout. That's PIKE at checkout. Bean Genius, the smart specialty coffee subscription service. Wow, I couldn't say blotter.
well, you were thinking
Bladder.
You were thinking ahead. You said bladder.
Bladder.
So
Bladder.
that's where the coffee ends up anyway.
Yeah,
So, all right, I had originally started off with something that happened in hockey, but I'm going to start off with football. And this is a former New York Jet. Kellen Winslow Jr. was just arrested and charged with first-degree burglary.
Yeah, I saw this. I don't know the details of it, though. But and by the way, he wasn't just a Jet. Wasn't he like a bunch of other teams, too?
He was a Buccaneer, a Seahawk, a Patriot, a Cleveland Brown, where he had over 1,100 receiving yards as a Cleveland Brown.
Wow.
So, and also last year as a Jet, he was arrested, or in 2013, I'm sorry, when he was a Jet, he actually was arrested for violating the NFL's drug policy.
He was arrested for violating the drug policy?
He was suspended, but he was also arrested. Sorry, I misspoke there. He was arrested for possession of synthetic marijuana.
Okay.
That was in 2013. Now, this just happened, so I'm reading this as I'm going along
Is he still with the NFL?
He is, no, he's out of football.
Okay.
So he was arrested. The police received a report from a Park Encinitas mobile home park where a man had entered a neighbor's home, and as he was confronted by the resident, and as he was leaving in a black SUV, the resident called the police. The San Diego County Sheriff's deputies stopped the SUV that matched the description the person in the mobile home park gave, and it turned out it was Winslow, and he was charged with breaking and entering and first-degree burglary.
Wow, that's weird. I think have to be more facts coming out for that one. That just seems strange.
Yeah, no, this just happened. Yeah, so as things go out, I just wanted to put that in there. And as you can tell, I'm stumbling over this. I'm reading these reports as these were coming in. So probably next week I'll have more information on that. But right now we'll leave it at that, and I'll move on to our next entry. And we are going to the Ottawa Senators' assistant general manager, Randy Lee, was arrested.
Wow, he's a front office guy, huh?
Charged with second-degree harassment.
Okay.
He was arrested for allegedly inappropriately touching and making lewd comments toward a male hotel shuttle driver.
That's weird.
19-year-old kid.
Wow. He
got into the back of the shuttle and allegedly started rubbing the kid's shoulders while he was talking with him.
That's weird. Oh, that's weird.
It gets weirder because the kid asked him to stop. He didn't.
Okay.
Kid asked him to stop twice. Still did not. Then he started talking about his junk to the kid.
Okay.
So he got arrested. His passport has been withheld, and we'll see what happens.
What team was this now?
This is the Ottawa Senators.
Wow. Okay.
Their assistant GM.
All right.
So, regardless of what happens here, he's going to be facing probably some kind of discipline from the NHL at some point, too.
Yeah, no, I guess this took place, you said Ottawa, so it's Canadian law, right?
Exactly.
So, I'm not familiar with Canadian law, but I'm sure that's against it.
How'd you like to be the 19-year-old kid?
Well,
it was one of those things where you
run away as quickly as possible.
But you have a hockey person that you can actually talk to, and it's actually a really cool story if nothing happened other than just talking.
Wow. Okay.
Now it's turned into weird stuff, but we'll see what happens with Mr. Lee over there. Moving on to Atlanta Hawks guard Tyler Dorsey, rookie guard. He just finished his rookie season with the Hawks too.
Okay.
Charged with suspicion of driving under the influence of intoxicants. He was drunk, supposedly. Driving without lights. That seems to be a big issue lately.
Yeah, that or the tinted windows.
And having an open alcoholic beverage container in the car.
Good.
They pulled him over around 3 o'clock in the morning, and he was driving without headlights or taillights on.
Okay.
He was on a highway, too.
That's dangerous.
I just don't understand this. Why are people forgetting to put their headlights on? Don't they automatically go on with the car now?
I know some of those cars have lights that go on inside, but you have to do one more step to turn the outside headlights on. So
I just thought they always went on now, and, especially now with some of these states have rules where if you put your windshield wipers on, you have to have your headlights on too. But I always thought all the cars now are being made with automatic lights going on, headlights. So they stopped him. They saw an open container on the floor, so they searched him. And then also, while he was talking with the officers, they noticed he was slurring his speech.
Oh, okay.
So he got arrested.
Yep.
Moving on, and this is the first time we've had this. University of Illinois linebackers Jimmy Marchese and Drew Murtaugh were arrested and charged with theft between $500 and $10,000. Now,
that's a pretty big range.
We've had theft before, and we've had multiple people be charged with the same crime and all that stuff. They stole a statue.
This must have been like a frat thing.
They
was it off a campus?
No, it was in a park.
Okay.
They allegedly stole a steel sculpture from a park across the street from their apartment.
It's terrible, but it's a little impressive that they can actually lift it and take away the statue.
And they put it on the roof.
Okay. See, that's college kid stupid prank stuff,
I think the statue is appropriately named.
What is it?
It's a deer sculpture entitled Startled.
Okay.
Because that deer probably was shocked being picked up and carried up onto the roof.
Wow, that's weird.
So according to them, they saw the statue lying on the ground. So they picked it up.
So they put it on a roof?
Yeah, they picked it up and walked it across the street, up their apartment building. I guess they took it up in the elevator, put it up on the roof.
Okay. Now, that just sounds like crazy college kid pranks.
Well, the Park District Rangers...
I'm sure they weren't happy about it.
No, they noticed the theft of the sculpture because they saw the empty base in the park. So they knew it was gone.
and they probably saw the statue on the roof.
And you got to give Facebook an assist here, because the park rangers went on Facebook and pleaded with people to return the statue. And someone called in a tip because of that Facebook post.
Oh, okay. Well,
yep, they pointed it out. It was up on the roof across the street.
Good for Facebook.
Yeah. What's amazing is the park rangers did not notice it across the street.
Yeah, right. Boy,
that's very observant by the park rangers.
I don't think they're trained investigators.
No. And finally, I'm going to talk to you about our roundup for May, since we have not done that yet.
Oh, okay. It's
It's roundup time. 21 arrests in May. We've had 8 college football arrests, 6 former college football arrests, 2 pro football arrests, 1 college basketball, 1 college tennis, 1 mixed martial arts, 1 pro baseball, and 1 pro basketball arrest. Now, teams, take a guess at whether it's going to be a pro or college leading the month.
Yeah, I'm thinking college. Because, like I said, it's graduation time, lots of parties, a lot of stupid kids doing stupid stuff. 2
colleges tied for first.
All right, look at that.
Georgia and Illinois.
Okay.
They each had 2 arrests. Then,
I was thinking more, but okay.
No, that's it. Then you have, I would say, I'm counting them right now, 1, 2, 3. We have 9 teams tied for second. Atlanta Hawks, Dallas Cowboys, East Carolina University, Illinois State, Mississippi State, Tennessee Tech, Toronto Blue Jays, and rounding out this year's roundup, University of Kentucky and University of Nevada. They all each had 1. So it was a busy month in May. Everyone was doing something stupid, or, like I said, it seems like everyone's forgetting to do their headlights now, so that's kind of an interesting little twist this year. So that's it for the blotter this week. please visit our sponsor, BeanGenius.com. Head on over to their subscription page. You can get a subscription for 10% off using our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. And I'll be back next week with more blotter entries.
Oh, what do we got next for the I know you pulled a topic, a very interesting topic.
Yes, these next segment, we're going to be talking about unique summer sports that everyone can try, and they're actually even healthy for you.
Well, I'm not going to do them.
Well, there you go.
Stick around. We'll be right back with more Turnpike Sports.
We'll get right back to the show, but I want to take a minute to talk to you about Bean Genius. How would you like your coffee delivered right to your door every month, maybe 2 times a month? Well, now that can happen with Bean Genius. Bean Genius sells freshly roasted coffee from some of the best independent coffee roasters in the country at BeanGenius.com. And Bean Genius actually learns their customers' individual taste preferences, then suggests future coffee blends for them. Well, how do they do that? Well, this is the cool thing about Bean Genius. Over at BeanGenius.com, they use an algorithm which learns the coffee flavors you like and then pairs up what you like with the coffee that they have in stock. And it's all based upon you. Every time you order, the system learns. The system learns your preferences as you go along and order more and more coffee. And now, all our listeners at Turnpike Sports can get a special offer. You head on over to BeanGenius.com/subscription, and you'll be able to get 10% off your purchase when you use our promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E, at checkout. That's 10% off at BeanGenius.com/subscription with promo code PIKE, P-I-K-E. BeanGenius.com, the smart specialty coffee subscription service.
Do you wake up with a sore neck or a bad back? Or maybe you just had an awful night's sleep? Must be the bed, right? Well, maybe it's not your bed. Maybe it's your pillow. That's why I use MyPillow. I sleep at night and wake up pain-free. And now there's a great deal being offered by the folks at MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com, click on the 4-Pack Special tab, and use promo code CARDS or call 1-800-319-7913 to take advantage of this 4-Pack Special. You'll get 50% off 2 MyPillow Premium Pillows and 2 Go Anywhere Pillows. MyPillow.com with promo code CARDS. That's promo code CARDS to take advantage of this 4-Pack Special. Better sleep starts with MyPillow. Welcome back to Turnpike Sports. You know, it's summertime, time to get out, enjoy the weather, enjoy the sunlight, and Doug has some suggestions of the interesting things you can do outside, which, by the way, I'm not going to try any of them. I guarantee it. I don't even know what they are, and I know I'm not going to do it. If someone has to write an article about how strange these things are, I'm probably not going to do them.
Well, first of all, a lot of people may.
Okay.
You know, some people do get active during the summertime. Yeah. You know, not all of us are lazy slugs.
It's too hot.
Yeah, it's too hot. Okay. All right. Well, I figured, you know what, like you said, it is summertime. A lot of people are going outdoors now, you know, for activity, you know, whether it's just going out and laying in the sun or whatever. But, you know, a lot of people try and exercise outside, too. So I figured, you know what, we are technically a sports show. I figured let me see if I can get a couple different unique little sports people can try while they're out having fun and also exercising.
Are these actual sports or are these activities, you would say?
Actually, some of them are actual Olympic sports.
Okay,
one of them
I'm
definitely
not
is,
doing an Olympic sport,
which is surprising. I didn't even know, and I'll get to that in a second. But the first one we're going to do is roller skiing.
Roller skiing?
Roller skiing.
I don't even know what that is.
It's been used since 1930 as a training technique for cross-country skiers.
Are these like roller blades, but they're shape of skis, and you have to ski on?
Technically, you've seen the people using ski poles with their roller blades. That's one variation on, but the original way to do it, according to what I found here...
Oh, you're rollerblading with ski poles.
But they have shorter skis with wheels.
Okay.
So
Where do you buy these in stores?
you can buy those in stores. You can buy pretty much anything. They say it's great low impact total body workout that's good for your core. You can burn 500 calories per hour.
Has anyone ever seen these people out on the?
I see them all the time with the rollerblades. I've never seen the actual formal skis.
I've never seen them ski on the pavement. But hey,
you know what? It's one of those things. 500 calories an hour. I don't see anyone doing it for an hour.
Okay,
but that's what they say can be done. Now here is the Olympic sport: trampolining.
Trampolining. That's an Olympic sport?
Was added as an Olympic sport in 2000.
Wow.
Now,
I see a lot of trampolines in backyards, and they look like the most dangerous things in the world. I mean, how do you control yourself? You're bouncing up and down. I also see on the, those video shows, they're ripping and people falling through them. What the hell?
Well, it's, that's the thing. It's how you control yourself. That's exactly what the idea is.
Wow.
Controlling your body, it's core workout, that sort of thing. You
need a lot of space for that, though, don't you?
Well, there's also this it's growing in popularity because you can tell that by seeing all these different little sites that have trampoline parks.
I do. I see that. There's a couple I see. I saw one activity on TV where it's a bunch of square trampolines and people are running across them and they're bouncing and things like that.
Well,
I don't know if that's the trampolining you're talking about.
I even remember there was a TV show for a while that had dodgeball mixed with trampoline.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. And because they were doing something on the square, small trampoline things.
That's that, and they were. It was like a combination dodgeball and trampoline, but. This is actually, it's gaining popularity. A lot of people are making good money off having these trampoline parks. But it's cardio, and it works your legs, glutes, and core, and it has a potential of burning 400 calories an hour. And where I got this information from was Procter & Gamble's website, by the way.
What do you do to burn that? I mean, you just jump up and down? Just jumping up and down and bouncing up
here's
and
their
down?
suggestion. Besides just jumping up and down, which, legs, glutes, and core, it works. That's what they say. Do some of your normal strength exercises, lunges, mountain climbs, all that stuff on the trampoline to actually really give a good workout. So, people want to try. I'm not a big trampoline guy, so I'm not even going to look at that. Next up, we have skimboarding. I didn't even know this was the actual term.
Spell that out. I'm not even sure.
SKIM boarding.
Skim. Okay.
Yeah, just like skim milk. This is skim boarding.
Now, is this something on the water?
Well, we've actually seen this on the beach.
All right.
The people running towards the waves, holding the little board in their hands.
Bodyboarding. It's bodyboarding.
And they slide on the sand.
Oh, standing up and they slide?
They use the sand to go into the wave, and then they come back with the wave.
All right.
That's called skimboarding.
Okay.
I never knew that was the actual terminology for it. So I learned something just by getting this
I've seen that.
research done here.
I've seen that.
395 calories an hour.
Okay.
So, it's a small flat board. Anyone can get one of those. I don't even think you need to actually go out and buy one.
I've never seen anyone skim that far. I mean, maybe like...
Well, it's the amount of...
5 feet you can skim?
Well, you got to think. It's the running, getting on the board, and maintaining your balance, and then taking the wave.
Oh, okay.
So it's one of those things. It's a combination of all these different things going around you. Now, here's another one. Rock climbing. That's becoming popular.
Yeah, well, you have parks. At the Philadelphia Phillies, what is it, PNC Park?
That's what I'm saying.
They have a rock wall.
If you can't go actual rock climbing, there's a lot of groups out there that are now doing indoor rock climbing. They have the wall with the movable handholds and footholds, that sort of thing. So that's great upper body workout.
I said PNC Park. That's Pittsburgh. I always do that. I confuse Pittsburgh.
Citizens Bank.
Citizens Bank Park is where the rock wall is, and that's where the Phillies play.
Well, I'm sure Citizens Bank is very appreciative of you completely forgetting that they sponsor an entire ballpark.
PNC is Pittsburgh. Yeah,
yep.
Pittsburgh.
Actually, I think that's the only stadium PNC sponsors too.
Is it? I don't know.
So we'll see. But next one up, fencing.
Fencing. Okay. There was a fencing academy in Pennsylvania one time. It's still there, huh? Okay.
Yeah, it's still there.
Drive by it a couple times.
And actually, there's one across the water in New Jersey.
Is there really?
Yeah, right. Town's Lambertville.
Okay.
They've got one right on the outskirts of that town. So, it improves balance, flexibility, and coordination, supposedly. Okay. So, and they say rec centers have classes for beginners. So,
which, by the way, is also an Olympic sport.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. So there's 2 Olympic sports there that we're not going to try. Next up, and I'll go through these real quick, jump rope.
Yeah.
Kind of, normal stuff there. 200 calories per 20 minutes of the workout. And according to this article from P&G's website, Procter & Gamble, 15 minutes of jumping rope burns as much calories as running an 8-minute mile.
Okay.
I did not even know that. So then you have ultimate frisbee.
All right.
Basically, you're running around constantly.
Yeah.
So
now, ultimate frisbee, is that like...
That's the team sport.
It's almost like a football game, right?
Yeah.
Or like a rugby thing with frisbee.
It's team frisbee,
Okay.
basically.
All right.
You score points, you run around, that sort of thing. But you're running...
See, I do that.
That could be fun, but, if it's full contact, sure. That actually would make it more fun.
I've never seen a full contact, but...
But that burns 570 calories per hour. And last but not least, this one I am not going to do. Swing dancing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's...
well, I thought we were supposed to get out in the summertime, and you can do that in the wintertime.
Well, you could, that's just one of those things where it's a total body aerobic workout, according to Procter & Gamble there. So, again, 8 sports that are very unique that you can try that are healthy that I am not going to do.
Yep. Well, that'll about do it for us. Again, visit our fine sponsors, beanggenius.com.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve. Who am I forgetting?
And MyPillow.
And MyPillow and International Bikini Team. What is their website?
InternationalBikiniTeam.org.
All right.
Surprisingly enough.
Yeah, it makes logical sense.
And don't forget to visit the website, turnpikesportsradio.com, where you can see our blog there. Also, you can catch the show, like I said at the beginning, iTunes, iHeart, and also Stitcher Radio.
And by the way, on our website, I just took a look at it. We now have a betting line?
We got a sports betting ticker.
Yeah, sports betting ticker. So, hey, everyone's getting into the act. But, hey, enjoy the probably the final game of the NBA season tonight. And
I don't think the last time LeBron was swept was in 2007 by the Spurs. So I think it's going to go 5.
I hope so. Hey, we were just talking about this. If there was betting in New Jersey, I'd put a little money down on Cleveland because I think they're at least due for one.
Well, like I said, the last time he was swept was 2007. Let's see if he can avoid another sweep. But again, this actually bodes well. If New Jersey actually passes the bill next week, they may be able to catch the final game of the NBA Finals.
Absolutely. And enjoy the Belmont Stakes, possible Triple Crown winner. In the New York market, you have the Yankees and Mets Subway Series. So, hey, enjoy your weekend, enjoy your week, and I'll see you next time on the Turnpike.